What if I told you the most shocking Mustang of 2026 doesn't burn rubber on a racetrack, but climbs mountains, hauls gear, and completely redefines what a pickup truck can be? Because this is the all-new 2026 Ford Mustang pickup, and it's not just unexpected, it might actually change the entire truck game. Welcome back to Premium Automotive Reviews, where we don't just look at cars, we decode what they mean for the future. And today, you're about to see why this Mustang isn't just a badge slapped onto a truck. It's a bold statement about where performance, utility, and design are heading next. Stay with me because some of the features hidden inside this machine will genuinely surprise you, especially the ones that blur the line between muscle car DNA and next-gen truck capability. At first glance, the design hits you as something familiar, but also completely new. You instantly recognize that aggressive Mustang attitude, but now it's been stretched, lifted, and transformed into a commanding off-road presence. The front end carries that unmistakable Mustang identity, with a wide sculpted grille and a bold stance that feels planted even when it's standing still. The LED lighting signature isn't just there for aesthetics, it's sharp, intelligent, and adaptive, cutting through darkness like a performance car rather than a traditional pickup. But here's where it gets interesting. The body isn't trying to look like every other truck on the road. The lines are more muscular, more aerodynamic, almost sculpted like a sports car that just happens to sit higher. The fender flares are exaggerated but purposeful, housing massive off-road tires that instantly tell you this thing isn't afraid of rough terrain. And yet, despite that rugged build, there's a sleekness to it, like it's been designed in a wind tunnel as much as it's been designed for dirt. As you move toward the side profile, you start to notice how balanced it feels. It's not just a lifted Mustang, and it's not just another pickup. It's something in between, and that's exactly what makes it so compelling. The proportions are tight, the stance is wide, and the detailing, from the side steps to the sculpted doors, feels premium without trying too hard. And then you reach the rear, and that's where the identity really locks in. The tailgate proudly carries the Mustang name, but it's integrated into a design that feels tough, modern, and surprisingly refined. The LED taillights echo that signature Mustang look, but reimagined for a truck silhouette. And the quad exhaust setup, that's not just for show. It's a reminder that beneath all this utility, there's still a performance heart waiting to be unleashed. Now step inside, and this is where things take a serious leap forward. Because if you're expecting a typical truck interior, you're about to be disappointed in the best way possible. The cabin feels like a fusion between a high-end SUV and a performance cockpit. The materials immediately stand out. Soft-touch surfaces, premium leathers, subtle stitching details. It all feels crafted, not assembled. The seats are wide and supportive, designed for long drives, but also capable of holding you in place when things get a little more spirited. And then there's the technology. The centerpiece is a massive vertical touchscreen that feels more like something out of a luxury EV than a traditional pickup. It's responsive, clean, and deeply integrated into the entire vehicle experience. Everything from navigation to drive modes to climate control flows through this system seamlessly. But what really sets it apart is how intelligent it feels. This isn't just a screen, it's part of a larger digital ecosystem. The AI-driven interface learns your habits, adjusts settings automatically, and even suggests routes or driving modes based on your environment. Imagine a truck that knows when you're heading off-road and prepares itself before you even touch a button. The digital instrument cluster complements this perfectly, giving you real-time performance data, terrain information, and driving feedback in a way that feels intuitive rather than overwhelming. And the ambient lighting throughout the cabin subtly changes depending on your drive mode, creating an atmosphere that shifts from calm and refined to aggressive and performance-focused. Now here's something most people won't expect from a Mustang-based pickup: the level of connectivity. Over-the-air updates mean this truck won't stay the same for long. Features can evolve, improve, and even unlock over time. It's not just a vehicle you buy, it's one that grows with you. And when it comes to performance, this is where the story takes another twist. Because Ford isn't limiting this to a single identity. There are strong hints that this next-gen Mustang pickup could offer multiple powertrain options, including a high-performance twin-turbo V6, a hybrid setup, and possibly even a fully electric variant. Think about that for a second. A Mustang truck that can deliver instant electric torque for off-road crawling, or a hybrid system that balances power and efficiency for long-distance driving. And if you're someone who still craves that traditional performance feel, the combustion options are expected to deliver the kind of punch you'd expect from a Mustang nameplate. But performance here isn't just about straight-line speed. It's about how it handles everything. The suspension system is engineered to adapt, giving you a smooth ride on highways and a controlled, confident feel on rough terrain. The all-wheel drive system is smart, constantly adjusting to grip levels and driving conditions without you even noticing. And yes, it's fast. Not just for a truck, but fast enough to remind you that this isn't just about utility. It's about emotion. Safety is another area where this truck quietly pushes boundaries. Advanced driver assistance systems work in the background, monitoring everything from lane, positioning to potential collisions. But it doesn't feel intrusive. Instead, it feels like a co-pilot, always there, always ready, but never taking away from the driving experience. Long highway drives become less stressful, with systems that can assist in steering, braking, and acceleration. It's not about replacing the driver. It's about enhancing the journey. And speaking of journeys, let's talk about practicality. Because for all its performance and futuristic tech, this is still a pickup at heart. The bed is spacious and functional, designed to handle real-world tasks without compromise. Whether it's hauling equipment, loading up for a weekend adventure, or just dealing with daily life, it's built to be useful. The cabin space also plays a big role here. There's enough room for passengers to stay comfortable, even on longer trips. Storage solutions are smartly integrated, making it easy to keep things organized without cluttering the space. But here's the real question: who is this truck for? It's not just for traditional truck buyers. And it's not just for Mustang enthusiasts. It's for people who want both worlds. People who don't want to choose between performance and practicality. People who want something that feels different, something that stands out without screaming for attention. Because when you look at what's happening in the automotive world right now, most trucks are evolving in predictable ways. More tech, more comfort, more capability. But this Mustang pickup takes a different approach. It doesn't just evolve, it reimagines, and that's what makes it so exciting. It feels like a glimpse into a future where vehicles aren't confined to categories anymore. Where a Mustang can be a truck can feel like a sports car, and technology doesn't just support the experience, it becomes part of it. So when you see this 2026 Ford Mustang pickup, you're not just looking at a new model. You're looking at a shift in mindset, a bold move that challenges expectations and opens the door to something entirely new. And honestly, that's what makes it worth talking about. If you've made it this far, you already know this isn't just another truck launch. It's something bigger. And I'm curious, does this idea of a Mustang pickup excite you? Or does it feel like a step too far? Let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed breaking this down with me, make sure to like, subscribe, and stick around here on Channel Name. Because the future of cars is getting a lot more interesting than anyone expected.